Imagine this. You're chilling. Life's finally getting back on track. You're sleeping better, eating better, heck, you even started going to the gym again. Then boom, your phone buzzes. It's them. The person who ghosted you, confused you, maybe even hurt you, the one you swore you'd never talk to again. And now, they've reached out, just a hey, just one word. But suddenly your brain is hosting a full-blown concert of thoughts, emotions, and bad decisions. Now you're standing at the crossroads of what if and don't be dumb again. So here's the deal. If you don't want to fall into the same emotional trap, if you want to stay strong, in control, and unbothered like a true Stoic warrior, then avoid these mistakes. Let's break it all down, simply with examples, humor, and maybe some emotional CPR. Mistake number 1. Responding immediately, like you've been waiting by the phone. Let's be honest. When someone who ghosted you suddenly pops back in with a "Hey stranger," your heart does a backflip. Your fingers start typing before your brain even checks in. But here's the Stoic move. Pause. Just because they broke the silence doesn't mean you have to sprint into conversation like a golden retriever seeing its owner after 5 minutes. Imagine Marcus Aurelius getting a scroll from someone who betrayed him. Do you think he dropped his philosophy pen and went, "OMG, he texted"? No. He took his time, he observed, he reflected. When you respond immediately, you send a silent message. I was waiting for you. My peace depended on your message. But a Stoic doesn't give that power away. Wait, think, then maybe respond. Or maybe don't. Mistake number 2, letting curiosity be your downfall. But what do they want? Are they sorry? Do they miss me? Are they finally ready to change? Stop. Curiosity may have killed the cat, but it straight up annihilated emotional self-control. Here's a simple rule. If the same person who confused you suddenly brings clarity, ask yourself, why now? Think of it like this. You're walking through a forest. You finally escaped a weird, twisty maze of emotional trees and snakes. Now you're on clear ground. The sun's out. Then the same snake slithers up and says, "Hey, want to go back in?" Curiosity will tell you, maybe it's different now. Stoicism says, if the pattern repeats, the outcome repeats. You don't need to solve their puzzle. You need to protect your peace. Mistake number 3, assuming their message means what you want it to mean. They say, "Hey, you hear I miss you." They say, "How have you been?" You hear, "I regret everything." They say, "Just checking in." You hear, "Let's get back together and raise emotionally mature kids." Slow down, Shakespeare. Not everything is a romantic monologue. A simple text doesn't automatically mean they've had a revelation, meditated on their mistakes, and are now ready to treat you like royalty. Here's a Stoic reframe. Interpret reality, not your fantasy. The Stoics believe that suffering doesn't come from events, but from our interpretation of them. So, if someone reaches out, don't write an emotional novel based on one text. Read what's actually there, not what you wish was. Mistake number 4, thinking you owe them a conversation. Newsflash, you don't owe anyone your peace, especially not someone who walked out like they were leaving a bad date, without paying the bill and not even saying goodbye. Yet we often feel guilty when we don't respond. We think, but they reached out. The decent thing to do is reply. Nope. The Stoics taught that virtue is in your actions, not in people-pleasing. You can be kind without being accessible. You can forgive without reconnecting. You can move on without leaving the door half open. Protect your peace like it's your Wi-Fi password. Don't just give it out to every device that shows up. Mistake number 5, rehashing the past. Hoping for closure. Ah yes, the closure trap. They text you. You see the opportunity. You think, maybe now I can finally say everything I wanted to say. So you send the essay. You relive all the pain. You pour your heart out. You cry while listening to sad playlists named Healing. And then they reply, "Yeah, sorry about that. Hope you're good." Closure isn't something they give you. It's something you decide on. Stoicism teaches, let go of what's outside your control, and their apology, their understanding, their emotional maturity, not your job, Your job is to master yourself. So instead of rehashing the past with someone who may not care, write a letter and don't send it, scream into a pillow, journal like Marcus Aurelius with a Spotify playlist, but don't expect the person who hurt you to fix you. Mistake number 6, thinking they've changed because time has passed. Time doesn't equal change. If that were true, every year would come with a wisdom upgrade. We'd all be walking around like Yoda. But let's be real, some people stay emotionally 12 forever. So when they message you after weeks or months or even years, it's tempting to believe they must have grown. They must have thought about everything. They must want something real now. Or maybe they just got bored. Maybe they ran out of attention. Maybe their situationship flopped. Maybe nostalgia hit them at 2 a.m. But don't confuse timing with transformation. A Stoic doesn't trust words. They observe patterns. Growth shows in actions, not in emojis. Mistake number 7, using their message as proof of your worth. Let's get real for a second. Sometimes the reason we're so quick to reply is because deep down their text feels like validation. Like, ha, they did miss me. I knew I was unforgettable. I win. But here's the Stoic slap of truth. Your worth is not defined by who returns. It's defined by how you carry yourself after they leave. Don't let their message be your self-esteem booster shot, because if they have that kind of power, they'll also have the power to take it away again. The goal isn't revenge, it's release. You don't need to win anything. You already won the moment you chose peace over chaos. Mistake number 8, getting pulled back into the same dynamic. They say, let's catch up, and suddenly you're back in the same situationship, the same confusion, the same loop. It's like getting off a broken roller coaster, then climbing back on because you missed the adrenaline. Nah, Stoicism isn't about being cold, it's about being clear. Ask yourself, what part of me wants to go back? Is it love or is it loneliness? Is it connection or is it comfort? Don't let temporary emotions sabotage permanent peace. If the relationship felt like walking on eggshells, don't go back just because they swept the floor. Mistake number 9, trying to be the bigger person just to prove you're over it. We all want to be mature, evolved, above it. So when they reach out, part of us goes, I'll reply, politely, calmly. I'm better than holding grudges, but sometimes that's not healing. That's performance. Being the bigger person doesn't mean putting yourself back in harm's way. It means doing what aligns with your values, not what makes you look good. Stoicism isn't about pride, it's about principle. And sometimes, the most powerful move isn't a reply, it's silence. Not out of pettiness, but out of self-respect. Mistakes number 10. Forgetting. Who you became after they left this one's big. We often forget how far we've come. We forget the nights we cried, the journal pages we filled, the strength it took to rebuild. So when they pop back in, it's easy to slip into old patterns like nothing ever happened. But a Stoic remembers, not to hold grudges, but to honor growth. You've changed, you've healed, you've built peace brick by brick. Don't throw it away for a text that starts with, hey. Final thoughts, what a Stoic would actually do. The Stoic response isn't coldness, it's clarity. It's knowing that not every message deserves a reply. Not every I miss you deserves your time. Not every ghost deserves resurrection. So what should you do when they reach out? Simple. Ask yourself, does this serve my peace? Am I responding out of love or ego? Will this help me grow or pull me back? Let your answers, not your emotions, guide your actions. And remember, you don't need closure, you don't need revenge, you don't need their apology, you just need your power back, and you've had it all along. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment telling us the wildest message you ever got from someone who disappeared. We're all healing together and laughing through the chaos. Stay strong, stay stoic, and don't reply to that, hey, trust me, the peace is better.